All right, good day everyone. You are welcome to our class. I remain your teacher, Opeifa Olasunkanmi. And in our English class today, we are going to continue our series on grammatical names and functions. And we had the first series, this is the second one. So you're welcome to the second series of grammatical names and functions. And in this series, we are going to be looking at the phrase and the clause. Yes, phrase and clause. And we want to see the difference between the two. You see, with the knowledge of the phrase and the clause and your ability to differentiate between the two, you are halfway into identifying your grammatical names and functions. Just like what we said in our first series, once you are able to identify the finite verb, you will be able to know whether a group of words is a phrase or a clause. And once you are able to do that, then you are heading to success in your identification of grammatical names and functions. I believe you are set to learn today, and I'm equally ready to take us on this wonderful journey. So let's start the class together. Yes, in the class now, let's look at the definition of these two grammatical units. Okay, once we are able to establish in the definition, then we will be able to see what is actually different between the two of them. Remember, they are grammatical unit, not just any word in English language. So, what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that does not have a finite verb. So you remember what lesson on finite verb? That means we are going to have one or two words. We are going to have two or more words together, and between or among these words, there won't be a finite verb. Yeah, you are likely to have a verb there, but no matter what, the verb is not going to have a tense and it will not have a subject. So that makes it a finite verb, and that will make the entire group of words a phrase. So don't forget, a phrase basically will not have what? A finite verb. You will see it as a group of words. So let's see what a clause is. A clause, just the opposite of a phrase, is a group of words that has a finite verb. So that is the difference between the two. While a phrase has no finite verb, you will see that a clause has a finite verb. So it means in essence that a clause, you are going to see a subject and you are going to see that the verb has a tense. It can respond to time, either past or present or future. To further reasoning, let's think further. Let's just think deeper about this phrase and this clause. As I said earlier, a phrase does not have a subject and a tense because it has no finite verb. No matter what, you may see a verb there, you may not see a verb. That is what it means. It's a group of words that has no finite verb. The only thing that will not be there is a finite verb. Now you can see a verb there, but it will not be a finite verb, and there are cases, a lot of cases, where you will not even see any verb at all. So basically, as it doesn't have a verb, then it will not have a subject, and at the same time it will not have a tense even if it has a verb. So let's mark the two. A phrase doesn't have a subject and a tense. So what of a clause? A clause surely will have a subject and it will surely have a tense. It will surely have a subject and a tense. So let's note that. So I think it is good for us now to move on, having established the difference between. Alright, let's look at some examples now so that we can easily differentiate between a phrase and a clause. Please don't forget our definition because it's very important. It will help us now. A phrase is a group of words that has no finite verb. So let's take an example here. Traveling alone at night is dangerous. Now here the expression of focus is in bold. Traveling alone at night. So we need to find out whether there is a finite verb here. Once we have a finite verb there, then it's not qualified to be a phrase. They will tag it as a clause. Now, traveling is a verb. Is it a finite verb? No, it's a non-finite verb because it has no subject. Who is traveling? We don't know. It is just a gerund. Okay, so traveling here is a non-finite verb. Alone at night together now makes it a phrase. So another example that we want to look at is this. The man at the gate is my friend. The man at the gate is my friend. At is a preposition. The is an article and gate is a noun. So there is no finite verb here. There is no verb here at all. So it is still a phrase. It's either it has a non-finite verb or it has no verb at all. Okay. He swerved widely across the road. We have 4 words here and none is a verb, let alone finite or non-finite verb. So we have another phrase. You may want to find out, okay, widely is an adverb, across is a preposition, the is an article, road is a noun. So none is a verb, so it's a phrase. Not long after the governor's official proclamation, the newspaper's reporters had a field day. Now here now we have not long as an adverbial. Yes, not is a negation, long here is working as an adverb, after is a preposition, the is a governor, the is an article, the governor itself here is a noun, is a possessive noun, official is an adjective, proclamation here is an abstract noun. So there is no verb here. Now don't be deceived by the length. The difference between a phrase and a clause is not about the length, but it's just whether it possesses a finite verb. Okay, so here now we have another example of a phrase, and another example here, which I believe is the last one on the phrase, is the teacher raised an instant alarm. An is an indefinite article, instant it's an adjective, and alarm here is a noun. So there is no verb here. So let's quickly move on to let's move on to the next one, which is a clause. So what is a clause? Don't forget the definition. The definition says that it has a finite verb. So let's take the first example. What he said made me smile. Here we have what as a pronoun, he as also a pronoun, and said as a verb. Yes. Does the verb here have a subject? Yes. He said. He is the subject of said. So that makes it a finite verb. And a group of words with a finite verb is a clause. So what is said is a clause. While I was watching a 9 o'clock television network program, I saw David. So here we have I as a subject of was watching. Okay, and was here is a finite verb. So that makes the entire statement in bold here a clause. We'll move on to the next example. This is the usual lot of mental patients whose family members refuse to take advantage of orthodox treatment. The verb here, let's check whether there's a verb here. Whose is a pronoun, family is a noun, members is a noun, refuse is a verb. Yes. Now we have seen a verb. Does the verb have a subject? Yes. Family members refuse. Is there a tense here? Yes, this is a present tense. So we have the statement in bold here as our clause. Now we have this. I realized that my role was crucial. Let's see whether we have a verb here. That is a relative pronoun. My rather is a possessive pronoun. Role is a noun. Was, yes, is a verb. And it has a subject. My role is the subject. My role here is the subject, and it's in past tense, so it is a clause. Now let's take this last example. He got into the bus that brought his group. He got into the bus that brought his group. Brought is the finite verb, and the subject of brought there is bus, of course being replaced by that as a relative clause in that expression. So everything here as a relative pronoun, rather that's a relative pronoun, so everything here is also a clause because there's a subject for the brought, which is bus, that is being replaced by that, which is a relative pronoun. So I believe with all these examples now, you should be able to attempt a class activity. So in our next slide, you are going to see your class activity, and I will advise you to just look at it, write it down, pause this video, and then continue. After you have done your own, you'll see the correction. So let's get into the class now and see our class activities. For class activities now, let's go for our class activities. So we have this now, and I'm going to leave you for a while. So I will advise that you pause the video at this point, okay, and you answer this in a sheet of paper or your book, and then continue this video. So after this, after you have done your own, continue the video, and you will see the correction shortly. So kindly pause now. Alright, we can continue the class. I believe you have already paused and you have done your work and you want to see your performance. So let's check one by one. Alright, the reader's frame of mind is equally important. Happen to be our first question there. We are supposed to identify whether this is a phrase or a clause. So let's start with that. Then after this particular series, we are going to go to the next series where we can identify their name specifically. However, let's make sure we know whether they are phrases or they are clauses. So this first one, the reader's frame of mind is equally important. The reader's frame of mind. Is this a phrase or a clause? You are wondering which one. Yes. You want to tell me? Said a clause? Where is your verb? If it's a clause, there's your verb. The is an article. Readers is a possessive noun. Frame is a noun. Of is a preposition, and mind is a noun. No verb. That makes it a phrase. Yes. Now let's move on to the next one. He directed a burning look at the poor boy who had no answer to this new battle. Who had no answer to this new battle. Is this a phrase or a clause? Who, pronoun. Had, verb. Okay, verb, past tense, had. Okay, can it change? He directed. He directs a burning look at the boy who has. Yes, it can change. So what do you think? This underlined statement is a clause. Yes, it's a clause. Had here is our finite verb. Had here is our finite verb. So let's move on. Father brought out an envelope which had probably been lying forgotten for months on his cupboard. I think we have the same situation. Which had probably been lying. Which had been lying. Of course, had here has made it that. So this is also a clause just like the previous one. So you want to see the other three activities. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to quickly check now. You can pause now and quickly check while I continue. So you can continue your video after now. So let's get the other examples. The beautiful things about this insect is that even when their line of movement is disorganized. So what we have here is the beautiful things about this insect. Is this a phrase or clause? Okay, you want to tell me that it is? Okay, let's check it. The article, beautiful, adjective, things, noun, about, preposition, these, pronoun, insects. Now, no single verb. So this is a phrase. So move on to the next one. At the moment of impact, the eyes are exposed. At, preposition, the. article, moment, noun, of, preposition, impact, noun. So you agree with me, say phrase. So the last one I have here. When we arrived Lagos, it was almost dark. When we arrived Lagos, it was almost dark. Okay, what do we have? We have we. We have arrived. That's a verb. And that's a subject. That makes it a clause. So I believe you scored everything. And if not, just go back to the video again, rewind it, and then you learn all over again. Practice with your past questions. And I believe by the time we are going to start with identifying their names, either as noun phrases or noun clauses, adjectival or adverbial phrases or clauses, we are going to, you will have really learned a whole lot of things. Thank you very much. I believe you enjoyed our series. We've come to the end of series 2 again. So kindly encourage us by clicking on the like button, give us a thumbs up. Let's know that you actually learned a lot and you enjoyed the lesson. You can equally drop a comment, drop your questions. If there's any area that's not clear to you, drop a question. We're surely going to attend to you. Or if you have any encouraging words, you can equally drop that. If you have any query for us, any criticism, any correction, we are willing to hear from you. And please share, and share. Don't enjoy this alone. Share with your friends, share with your colleagues, share on your social platforms, okay, social media platforms rather, and then you will have equally blessed another person. And then finally, please subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can be kept abreast of all the lessons we share here, not just in English language, but other subjects, mathematics, biology, and the rest for all classes from primary 1 to SS3. That's the K-12 education. Thank you so much. Keep safe and take responsibility till we see you next time. Bye.